Welcome back into another game in the purple, pink, whatever you want to call it. We have Leah Pacerini, who is playing as the Mongols. In the green, we have Guess Who, Dirky, playing in the green. Both players playing as Mongols, so we have a Mongol 1v1. And we're actually on Ghost Lake, and there's only a really small lake here, which is kind of cool. And if we look at the players, actually, the rush distance is incredibly small. And that's probably one of the reasons I picked this game to do, because I love it when the rush distance is small, because it can really hit your opponent really hard if you decide to go for something like a 20 pop scout, because it just hits that little bit extra early, and because of that, it can do so much more damage, especially if your opponent doesn't have any barracks or anything up ready to defend himself yet. And even if he's trying to wall off, when you've got such a small distance here, the wall off cannot be done in time sometimes. So that's always an interesting one there that you can look at. Boar being lured in there by Pacerini and actually nearly getting rid of it. Actually, what's the plan? Accidentally killing a sheep there, but nothing too bad. I should say these players as well are both about 2k, so that's always good. In comes the first boar over here. So let's have a quick look at the surroundings on the map. Gold towards the back here, another gold towards the back. We've also got this lumber towards the back over here. So Dirky in quite a good situation here actually. He's had a pretty good map honestly. The only thing he really doesn't have going for him are his stones, but still, if he decides to wall off this section of the map here, and around to this front area, he's got a pretty damn good location. He's got his stone over here, which he can hold. However, if he doesn't wall off, it could be kind of hard. This gold over here, not in the worst situation either. Of course, once it gets to late Castle Age, of course, the Mongols want to start moving into more of a Mangudai based army, so stone's really important for that. And we've got another stone here towards the front, but still, if his opponent does decide to move in through there, could be quite damaging. Over in this section here, it looks like we've got a wall-off actually started by Pacerini, and the gold over here for him, not too bad actually, in quite a good location. The wall-off for him as well could definitely be done on this section here, and this section here would make it actually an extremely good wall-off for him, because then he can really force anything past the town centre, especially if he puts a little bit of palisade here. It'd actually be pretty much the perfect thing to go for right now, because he's got both of these golds in here. He's got a stone down the back here. It would kind of, well, I guess it would kind of encase these lumber pieces here, so we could go onto them if he wants to. Could of course have archers sitting there, and they could snipe eventually once they get all the range upgrades, but apart from that, it's actually a damn good location that he's got. Actually moving out to his deer as well. As the Mongols, of course, definitely always a good plan to go for those deer when they're about. And it looks like even over here, actually, going for this deer patch over here, hopefully none of these villagers get hit by this wolf. Of course, one villager can take on a wolf, but if it comes to a second one, it can take a lot of damage and potentially die. Same goes for anything if you get harassed early on in the game. Can die to scouts, especially if they've got wolf damage on them already. Or boar damage, it's always the same kind of deal. There's something to point out actually. If you see a villager that's on really low HP, I'm talking like 3, maybe 2 hit points, and they're chilling on a farm, you can run in and snipe them with a scout and actually get away in time. One hit and then you're off, so it's definitely a good option that you can try and do. Looks like the scout over here getting some good barracks harassment. Nothing that scout's going to be able to deal with. However, it does look like Pacerini has got some spears already on the way, so he's going to be able to start dealing with his scouts. Has he actually scouted it? Has he scouted the stable? He hasn't scouted the stable, but he's got a spear out either way now. So he's going to be able to deal with this one here, but it looks like it's going to get out of there in time. And stable finally coming up for Pacerini, but he's quite a bit behind actually. If we look at Dirky right now, he's already got extra scouts on the way. Going to have his extra one out before his opponent even has one out as well, which means he's going to be able to do quite a lot in the harass. And this scout over here could be in trouble. No. It looks like it's going to get out of there without too much trouble. So that's good. Still speeding things back along, because we are having quite a slow start here. No real big harassment coming in. It looks like over here, though, this scout might get picked off, especially with these ones tailing it. And no, it looks like it's going to get back just in time. This spear at the moment, probably going to be enough to deny these scouts, but oh, it's gone up to 4. That's probably a bit too many for him to actually try and deal with right now. Dirky currently up by 100 points, which is quite good actually. And round come the scouts. This villager over here having its own personal spearman. Looks like he might actually get around the side here. Of course he can see that spear, but the spear can't see him yet. Could potentially lose a few villagers here if they get out before that scout. If they get cornered in here, it's going to be really bad. And actually, scout taking a bit of damage. They're microing him away, so definitely being smart with this. And it looks like that spear will get killed off. It only needs 1, 2 more hits, really. Actually, 1, he has no armor on him yet. Which is really not surprising at all, but still. In come the scouts, and they look like, yes, killing that off there, of course, because when they are told to move, they will, well, just move, and they won't try and attack anything. Scouts coming in the other side here from Pedrini right now. It looks like neither person's got a kill yet, but, well, a kill on a villager. There has been some kills on some scouts, and these scouts here, they look like they are being mismicroed extremely badly here. And I think that's going to be it for them. That's an extremely big loss there for Pedrini, actually. And that's extremely going to hurt him in this later game, because he's just lost quite a few scouts. What happened to the rest of these green scouts? Over here. Looks like he only lost the 1, which of course isn't too bad. The wall off going down over this section here. Double archery coming up, something that we usually see. Archery ranges coming up on this side as well. No blacksmith yet, so we shouldn't be seeing any fast upgrade kind of things. And that's completely fair enough at this stage in the game. Looks like the scouts coming back in for some harass on that village there that had a bit of injured on it. But again, being just pushed away by these spearmen. Villagers over on this section here, again keeping this town centre area walled in. Looks like the forage bushes are about to be run out, so they're going to have to migrate onto something else. Over this side here, we are seeing nothing too ridiculous, getting quite heavy on the gold though, actually. And saying that, we've actually seen a wall off go down here with Stonewall, which means Pedrini is actually going to have to start gathering stone if he wants to get more than one town centre up, and it means it's going to delay his castle time as well if he's not mining stone quite early. So that's an interesting one there. That's the reason we usually see people wall off with houses, archer ranges, blacksmiths, things like that, just because it doesn't cost stone to do so, and stone is such a valuable resource, especially if it goes to Castle Age. Having 2 town centers compared to your opponent's 3 can really set you behind. It is a really important thing to always try and match your opponent's town center count, unless of course you're going for some kind of no eco big push kind of thing. Spearman over here getting microed back, and seeing that, Pedrini, are you going up? He is not. He's getting close to it though. He is getting quite close to being able to up. Dirky not quite so close. The wall off again going down around this area here, which is interesting. If we usually see a wall off like this, it generally means he's wanting to put it into kind of a boom war kind of situation, because his opponent won't be able to get in and get any harass, and if he can't get any harass, he really just has to rely on his eco skills. So that's probably the big plan here, but still he doesn't have that stone to put up extra town centers. Like we can see, he's only got 140 right now. And here we go. Gonna have to get this wall down quickly. Currently halfway towards Castle Age, and they're in. But again, these houses here are going to be enough just to stop them. These archers, though, could do a bit of damage to these villagers, but it looks like they are going to be pushed around. So the only other way they really have to get in is through this house over here. And still, I can't tell if that bamboo there, or not. I don't know if he's going to be able to get in there. Archers over here definitely doing a little bit of damage, though, which is nice. They might even get a villager killed here, actually. Got one. There we go. I think that's the first villager kill of the game so far. So both players playing quite defensive in this and doing quite a good job, actually. Dirky definitely in the lead for now by quite a bit. Actually, if we check the populations, we'll see Pedrini in 42 and Dirky on 57. So there's definitely quite a lead there. But saying that, if Pedrini can get some knights out, even just go for, well, crossbows as well, not going to be exactly the biggest deal in the world. Could go for some cavalry archers. Definitely a play as Mongols to be able to do that. Go into a big, what am I thinking of? I am thinking of a big kind of light cavalry, especially with the Mongol upgrade. Light cavalry plus cavalry archer combination could be really dangerous. But the thing is, it's kind of hard to sustain off the same economy, because of course cavalry archers not requiring any food, and if you're trying to boom off the back of that as well, it makes it really difficult to try and sustain. But of course, if you do it, you can really start putting the pressure on. Pedrini going up then, what's his plan? Are we on him right now? We are not. He does not have the wood for another town centre. He is moving out with his archers. Crossbow is on the way. Going to be interesting to see what we get from him, actually, and see where he decides to go with this. And once this house over here comes down, gonna have to keep pushing through. Dirky only just going up to Castle Age right now. And Pedrini pushing out across the map right now. Looks like he's going to try and get some villager harass with those crossbows. But the wall off up here is really starting to go down for Dirky, and I don't think he's going to be able to get in and get a lot of harassment. It's all going to depend on the amount of time it takes him to get over here and how he decides to actually try and go for this harass. Scouts, though, are looking around. I think he's sensed something is up now. So he is actually coming back to base, especially when your opponent goes to Castle Age. If you're not going to be able to push in, you really need to be careful with what you decide to do because, well, you can lose your units there for nothing. And that's kind of one of the rules of Age of Empires. You don't want to lose any units, you don't have to. You always want to have as many available as possible. This villager here could actually say bye-bye if these crossbows are used well enough, but no, he's going to get out of there. And it looks like these scouts might actually be able to clean up these crossbows if they decide to go in for it. Moving these stone miners, though, so definitely a good plan. And there's his archers, and they are being pushed into the back of this cavalry line. And it looks like that's going to be it for them. Dirky definitely starting to play a great game right now. And the reason I'm actually putting this game up is because I like the way Dirky played this. He played quite smart, he played quite well, and I always like to promote people. So, you know, get on the Dirky train, guys. Give him some support. And I'm actually not sure if these guys are aliases or not, so I'm fairly confident they're not, but still Dirky moving out with all these crossbows here. We'll be able to pick these guys off here quite quickly. And there we go. It's that one there, and it's starting to look pretty bad for Pedrini right now. Going to have to really start getting his boom on and starting to really start to shape up his economy. His opponent does already have another town center up there, might even go for a third one. Is that it over here? Yes, going for a third town center over here. So he's not going to even be in a shape to try and outboom because he doesn't have as many town centers out. Population currently for Dirky is 72, whereas Pedrini is 52. So you can see there is a massive difference there. And here comes the harass here as well. So there's definitely a lot of damage coming out this way. Looks like these guys over here will be able to take out this scout, but still with this hill bonus, he might be able to just deal with this one here. And crossbows over here, they're all on quite low health, but still one crossbow versus 3 scouts. We know how that's going to end. No bloodlines on them yet as well, so that's always a good thing to note. Anything interesting going on over here? Looks like he's mining stone, so he could go for some kind of a castle play. Doesn't exactly look like he's going for some kind of town center. Dirky nearly having enough for a castle, which really is going to shift the balance here. Currently 800 points in favor of Dirky, not even half an hour in right now. And he's going to be able to get a castle up nice and soon. If he actually forwards with that, if he drops a castle right here or right here, it's going to be, it'll be absolutely destructive. I don't think Pedrini could really do much about it. He does have a siege workshop out, so he could get a ram or 2 out, maybe a mangonel to try and stop it getting built altogether. But if it goes up, there's going to be a lot of trouble there for him to try and deal with. There's actually enough stone there for a castle now. We're going to keep an eye on that. Crossbows here actually getting hit quite badly. And another one. Ooh, getting another one there. They might actually lose quite a few crossbows here. This could be Pedrini's chance to get back into it. A good split there. Another mangonel moving out across now. And he's going to lose this one here if he's not careful. And there we go. Of course, you do have to be really careful with your mangonels while fighting archers. They are extremely good against them, but they can be killed off quite quickly. 4 town centers are actually up for Dirky now, so that's actually going to be quite hard for his opponent to keep up with. We're seeing another one. Yes, there's a 3rd town center going up over here, but I don't think he knows his opponent is on 4 yet. Dirky, what is the plan with all this stone? What do you want to do with it? I'm really expecting some kind of a castle drop to happen. Either that or he's going to drop some defensive ones. Maybe one like right here or on this gold pile over here. Could be an interesting one actually. And saying that, he's actually not mining gold at all right now, which is definitely quite interesting if we actually own Dirky. Yeah, he's mining minimal gold right now, and saying that, it looks like there comes the castle on this stone pile here. Definitely a smart place to put it. He's going to be able to start gathering more stone from there. What are these guys? Looks like they are farmers from here by the looks of it. Castle is up, Mangadai are on the way right now, and this is really where it starts getting dangerous for your opponent. If you don't have what you need to counter this kind of combination, which is just pure Mangadais really, you're in a lot of trouble, because they get that bonus versus siege weapons, which means they can dispel mangonels really quickly, and in general, they're just a really formidable unit to go up against, especially if you're not ready for it. Knights over on this side of the map actually as well. I can't decide whether that's a misclick or not. What's he going for? Where are these stables? Looks like he is actually sending some kind of units over here. Might be going for light cavalry. Imperial Age actually right now for Dirky. This is massive. If he gets to Imperial Age before his opponent, this could all be over. Pedrini, it looks like he's nearly got the food count to go up, but nowhere near the gold count that he needs. Castle is going up on this hill here, and the knight actually moving into the base here. What's it got? It's got no upgrades on it whatsoever, but still some scouting information is always nice. Plus, if he gets a kill, that's going to be a bonus right now. Castle will come up by the end of it, and we are actually hearing a monk, which means you might get the convert on this guy. No, I can't decide whether heresy's out or not. I think that's heresy, is the tech I'm thinking of. But either way, he might have just deleted it off. Definitely a smart move either way. How many Mangadai have we got? Dirky, what do we got? We got 5, 6 there. So that's good. That's a good count to have, especially when you're going on Imperial Age. Nearly going to be able to get another castle up as well. Actually saying that he actually has one. Nearly going to be able to get another one up on top of that. So he's going to be able to go for 3 castles. And he's got so many town centers up around the place right now. His economy must be just smashing it out right now. 128 population, 129, 130. For Pedrini, we're still sitting on 96. Hasn't even cracked that 100 yet. Soon as Dirky decides to hit now, it's pretty much going to be all over, actually. Especially once that Imperial hits, he will be able to get out that Trebuchet. And, of course, from there, just defend the position with Mangadai. And this castle will go down. There is no doubt about it right now. We might even see the resign from Pedrini as soon as Imperials hit, which is something we see quite often actually, because they know they're not going to be able to defend it. There we go, another castle coming up here in this area. Trebuchets yet? We're seeing trebuchets, no. And there's actually the resign from Pedrini. So it proves just if you get so far ahead of your opponent like this, they can just resign out because they know it's over. The economy that Dirky had going right now, the castle count he had, it was just so well done from the start. Didn't even need a lot of harassment, but he kind of pushed his opponent into going to that boom war kind of thing. I don't know whether Dirky knew he could win it or not, but still, he went into that boom war and he was able to outdo his opponent there. So that's really a good kind of play that you can see there. So as well, I just thought I'd promote Dirky a little bit. Because I always like to give some promotion out to some of those players that aren't exactly at the top league, but if I see someone playing quite well, getting up there, I'll definitely put them out there. So thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, because it's an interesting kind of game.